Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. Today is March 10th, 2022, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, gold and oil sell off quite sharply. We're going to take a look at that in just a second, but first, looking at the major economic events of the day, 2:45 South African time. Out of the European Union, we have the main Bank of Europe coming out with a refinancing rate today, and then at 3:30 South African time out of the United States, a monthly CPI number coming out. Now, looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the euro gained the most while the major pair is pounds. Looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both rallied, otherwise called a bounce. Now looking at commodities, gold and oil retreat while the stocks gained across the board. Lastly, looking at Bitcoin, gave up the gains that it rallied yesterday for. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at the euro first at a weekly chart just to give perspective. Now we are trading at 110, which is a sharp rally from our low of 108-ish level, about 200 pip move right here. You could see that. Now, this was a consolidation area, as mentioned before. That was also a support area, and sure enough, that's what we got. Now, looking at a 4-hour chart, we're at the top of that move. So, ultimately, it may just retrace itself and make double bounce, make a double bottom, as it retraces from this 1040-ish level. Now, looking at the GBP, also got a little bit of a bounce, but a little bit delayed. Okay, not really sharpening that bounce as much as the euro. Now looking at the Aussie dollar, also did get a little bit of a bounce here, also above its moving average. So in a 4-hour chart. Now looking at a daily chart, it's still way above its 30-day moving average. So relatively still strong. The Australian dollar. Now looking at the commodities, first looking at gold, retracing from 2055 down to 1982. A massive retracement over $70. Now, we did expect this because ultimately it's panic money. Now, I would use 1977 as a support level, perhaps as a potential bounce. But if we break that, then we could see ourselves catching up back to the 1900-ish area. Now, looking at crude oil, we did retrace significantly from 130 yesterday down to 111 today. So it's a major sell-off for that commodity as well. But consolidating pretty much in this area, so I wouldn't really say anything about that. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, retracing here just a bit. Okay, after hitting yesterday's 33,400-ish level, but retracing just a bit here at 33,182. Now we are at resistance-ish area. Okay, we traveled high yesterday from 32,600 up to 33,400, an 800-point move, and now we're just retracing about 200 points. So not a big deal. I do want to highlight the fact that if we look at the bigger picture here, we retraced from 34,000 down to 32, and we're bouncing back here to 33,100. So that's a 50% jump. So just be aware of that. Now, looking at the individual stocks, now it's a little bit of a mixed pair. Apple got a little bit of a boost yesterday. So did Facebook a little bit. Now we're looking at a weekly chart. Let's look at a 4-hour chart just a little bit. After hitting 190, it did bounce a bit, but still major sellers in Facebook. Now looking at Microsoft, again, did get a bounce, actually broke above that 8-day moving average and closed into that 30-day moving average, but not breaking up higher. Now looking at Amazon, it didn't bounce. Okay, so this is a little bit disconcerting because Amazon is a major player in the stocks arena. Looking at JP Morgan, also did get a bounce. The question is, will we get a fill in the gap, when we did sell off here. Now, the next real support level is 118-ish level, okay, for the JP Morgan. So, we still have way to go down, okay, if the markets see themselves continue to selling off. Now, look at Bitcoin. This is really a roller coaster of a ride. Look at that yesterday. We rallied from 38,000 up to 42,000, and then boom, right back to 39,000. So it's a roller coaster of a ride here. But you see this developing where we're in this range. Okay, we've been in this range for quite some time, and we were in somewhat of a range. Okay, the last time we were in this range, okay, if you guys remember, was right here, right? This was through the month of June, through the month of July, and then we were in that range. We didn't do much. And then now we're consolidating again in this range. So, ultimately, it's hard to trade this because you have, it's not trending market. It's a range-bound market, but every so often it spikes you out of it. Okay, so that makes it a little bit more difficult to trade in this type of environment. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.